Well, this is the heaviest bag I've packed in a while. Normally I just take a minimum of what I need, and actually that's what I've done today also. I just have a few extra clothes, some food, and the rest is a tent, sleeping mats, sleeping bag, and a boat. I've had this idea for two years to go up to a valley called Djupadalen, which is located in Hjelmeland in Rogaland in Norway. And the thing about Djupadalen is that the name means the deep valley, and it is very deep. It has very steep mountainsides on both sides of the valley, so you cannot go into the valley on the sides, and of course in the bottom of the valley there is a lake. So I asked a local guy, a farmer who lives up here, if it's possible to go into the valley, and he just told me no, you can't. And that annoyed me, because of course if it's impossible to go there, it makes it all the more exciting what's in there. There must be something there. Somebody must have swam over or had a boat at some time and gone over. And then I looked at some aerial photos, like satellite photos, and I saw that there's some kind of roof. So there is a building in there, in this valley, that is impossible to go into. So for 2 years I was planning different ways to do it, maybe go up on the surrounding mountains and try to climb down. I don't think they would have worked, because it takes too much time. I would need to tent on the way and then climb down with all this gear. So in the end I decided I will just buy a boat that's light enough that I can carry it all the way up to the lake and then paddle across. Here's one of those old mountain farms. As you can see, the field is still open, and people use it as a vacation house in the summer. As you can see, someone really put a lot of work into making this road. It goes all the way up to the lake in Djupadalen. And back in the day they had, like I said, they had a boat, so they could get animals across, or just hay or whatever. But now there is nothing. So right now it's not possible to go there unless you bring that boat. So I don't know how long it's been since someone was up in the end of this valley across the lake. I think I was supposed to cross the river further down, but there was no way to cross it. The stream is too strong. So here it is, Djupadalen. It doesn't look that bad at this point, but it's getting a lot more steeper when we get deeper in. So we'll get the boats on the water here, and we'll see how steep it can get. Alright, my toy boat is pumped up and ready for its first trip. It's not very big, but I think it should manage to have me and my luggage across the lake. Now I'm on a boat. Doesn't handle very well, but I'm on a boat. This boat is a lot slower than expected. Well, that's not true, I didn't expect it to be very fast. But we spent half an hour getting this far. And so far it looks like it might have been possible to walk along the sides. But if you see now, it gets steeper and steeper. Can't go on this side. And you can't go on that side. Well, I can't say I regret coming here. This is one of the prettiest valleys I've ever been in. Look at that. Not far until the end of the lake now. Just a few more 100 meters, I think. Wow. There's the cabin. There's a real cabin in there. Yes, we reached land and I have placed my boat securely by the tree. So now all I have to do is explore this beautiful valley and put up the tent and get firewood and yeah, prepare some food. This is a very strange place to put a house. Let's see what's inside. Okay. Wow. Oh. Oh, you look at that. Someone is using this place. Huh. I don't know what to make of this place. It looks pretty old, but at the same time someone has been keeping it in order, like they put this zinc metal sheets outside to protect it. It's very small, and again, why did they build it on top of this small creek, this river? What's the point? And there's a lot of pots here hanging on the walls, but there's no fireplace. Well, actually I was wrong. Here is the fireplace. Doesn't look like it's been in use for a while though. Some graffiti on the wall. I guess this is not 2006. 1927. Somebody obviously used this place for farming back in the day. This is not only this house, but there's a wall here and there's a wall here. So there's been more buildings before. There's only one left standing now. That makes sense. I mean, there's big fields here for sheep to graze on. If you only can bring them over the lake, this is a very nice valley. So I'm up in a tree because I'm trying to find firewood, and I found this tree and part of it is dead, so I'm trying to cut off that branch. Yeah. Good job. Getting wood for the fire is the worst part. Not a lot of ready wood lying around. Well, good morning. It's 7:30 and the sun has already been up for a few hours. My friend is still sleeping, but I thought I would go for a hike up the valley and look around. The temperature is just amazing, even though it's really early in the morning. Already it's like way beyond 20 degrees, I think, which is very rare in Norway, especially considering we are 550 meters above sea level. And I'm starting to also remember about this place, because I think this used to be a Husmannsplass that I don't know the English term, but the main farmer would rent out this land to someone who didn't own their own land, and that guy would farm this land, and then he would pay some of the food he grew to the main farmer, to the big farmer. Which was a really shitty way of living back then, because living all the way up here was not easy to start with, and then on top of that you had to give some of your food away. So no wonder really that they moved away from here, but I don't know when. So if nothing else, I have to go over to the waterfall and look closer at it, I think. So I climbed up the valley to see if it's possible to go down here from the other side. I was discussing this with my friend, if there's any other way to get down here than through the lake. Well, as you see up here, there starts these big boulders, quite difficult to climb, and yeah, I guess you could come down from here, but if you have a big backpack and a tent, I don't know, I wouldn't choose this route if I had a choice. I would have to be really desperate to try to go through here to get down. There's some small walls even up here. I don't know if you can see behind me this thing. It shapes kind of a square, so there's been a small building even up here. I've seen 3 buildings, I think, or 3 walls from buildings on this trip, not counting the ones close to the hut that's still standing. It's a shame, I should say, that people moved from here, because it's a really beautiful valley. I'm really surprised. I got this idea to go up here just because it looked inaccessible, and I was curious how it looked like. And I'm really not. Wow, I'm really happy I came, because this is one of the most beautiful valleys I've ever been in, I think. And it's sad that it's so inaccessible, And when I see all the walls, all the signs of activity here from the past, it's not difficult to imagine that in a good year, if you had some sunlight, this would actually be an excellent place to live, apart from being very far from everybody else, of course. But it's like your own private little paradise up here. There's huge riverbanks where you can grow crops and have sheeps grazing in the summer. We are approaching a second wall, I think. This is actually also shaped like a square. It's fallen completely to bits, but it's another little grass field and another set of walls. That's maybe a bit easier to see. I know it's completely overgrown, yeah, but you can clearly see the square shape. Really tiny. It's actually extremely hot today. I had to go into the tent just to find some kind of shadow. That's not ideal. Okay, so this is something that happens every 10 years in Norway, but it's actually so hot that you have to search for shadow. And the tent got, of course, too hot too. And we can't go down again because it's 25 degrees and we can't carry 25-30 kilos in that kind of heat. So we just have to wait it out. We have to wait till the sun got down. And my friend is a genius, so he put the boats up so we have some shadow, and we're just gonna lie here for the rest of the day. The merciless sun is still shining even though it's now 6 o'clock. It's 6:30. It's still too hot, but we decided to go because it's gonna get dark if before we're back if we don't leave now. Goodbye, Djupadalen. I'm going to miss you and your wonderful waterfalls. And that turned out to be a lot more trouble than it had to be. I lost one of the oars when I was 2/3 of the way, and of course it didn't float, it just sank before I could even think. And trying to control a boat like that with just one oar. So now it's already 7:15. I just have to get the move on to get down before it's dark. I'm on the other side of the river. There's no good way to cross it. Yesterday we just crossed it and got our feet very wet, and I didn't want to do that today, so I found some rocks to climb on. And this was where I got over today. And there, and then jump, hey, over that rock, and jump again. Yes, simple and dangerous. We're coming down just as the last sun rays are shining on the road. It's now 9:45, and the sun is just about to go down behind the mountain.